Listen, the Halloween update just dropped for Pressure, so why not give it a recap and review? Now basically I'm going to be talking about all the monsters, going over the core events, and then I'll be giving an overall rating for the Raveyard. Let's dive right in. To begin our journey, we get out of a submarine, and this submarine brings us to the Graveyard, located in eastern Scotland, where the ones without skin party. However, you're tasked with putting an end to that party. So you decide to rush right through the gates, and you end up meeting the first monster, called
You are violating Roblox code!
Now the bouncer tells you that you can't go inside simply because you still have skin. Instead of following the dress code, you run right past him as he follows right after you. But instead of getting got, you swiftly juke the Scottish brew, breaking his ankles multiple times while avoiding the random shit that's blocking your way. Unfortunately for you, the bouncer stands his ground and socks you right in the face, dropping you like you're Luke Rockhold. You remember that this is life or death, as there's no referee to save you from getting CTE, so you simply get the fuck up and keep running, getting away from Yoel Romero. I mean, the bouncer. But listen, right after this chase, you look around seeing a large skeleton party with a massive DJ who goes by DJ Skeletoons and the party-going skeletons set up the stage and throw a party, but on top of that, you see him again later on. However, this party is very loud and annoying, so you decide to continue this treacherous journey. And as you continue, you make your way down to the catacombs. But at the catacombs, there lies a bone centipede, something that lurks in the water as you unknowingly explore. But unfortunately, you hear a brief sound, and you turn around seeing the... Now the Skelepede is the skeleton centipede that follows you in the catacombs and ultimately tries to kill you. But you do avoid this monster by simply just getting on land and waiting until the Skelepede despawns. But there's spots where no land is present, so you have to face this very monster by listening to the goddamn sound cue. But look, you make it to an area where you see a purple sign that leads you to
awfully covered in skin for the occasion. Care for a drink?
Spectrum is the shopkeeper of the catacombs, aka the dungeon drinker. Well, actually, he's not the one drinking, you're drinking what he sells, which is a regular drink and the party special. But the difference between them is that one heals you one time and the other one heals you over time and gives you a passive healing buff that can affect you for the rest of the game. Anyways, look, it's about time to head out from Spectrum's little shop. But as you leave and go further, the Skelepede follows right after you. As you're forced to run across the platform, this occurs. You land on the water not able to see anything at all. However, you swim to the surface and turn on your grave light. But you remember that no matter how scared you are, you have to keep moving. So you go through the door and encounter the next monster, known as... The candle bearers are these large weeping angels, light sources, and basically anytime your light isn't on them, they move. So no matter what, you have to make sure you have your light on, or else. But listen, this part is treacherous, as you not only have to be fast and smart, you also have to be precise with your light, mainly because these monsters swarm you pretty quickly, and if they hit you, it's gonna hurt quite a bit. However, you keep going and you make it past the countless rooms, surviving the candle bearers as you walk up these steps. But now you get to the last stretch of the Raveyard, where the bouncer shows up again. But instead of one, there's two. However, you don't quit, so you decide to keep running until you find the church. At this church, the door closes behind you, you grab a document, and you head upstairs. You walk up there, seeing the light from the DJ, and you do exactly what you were sent here to do.
Up. They should all be gone by tomorrow. With the big guy gone, the airspace is safe again. A helicopter is inbound to bring you home. Good work.
You stop the party right in its tracks, and you finish your task in eastern Scotland, as your time at the graveyard ends here, for now. Anyways, we're done with this basic ass recap, so it's about time to get right into the overall rating of the Graveyard. Now the Raveyard or Graveyard, whatever the fuck you want to call it, gets a solid 72.3 out of 110. And I'll be honest, it's not mind-boggling, it's not mind-blowing, but it's pretty damn decent for the time that they managed to make this. It's not amazing, but it's also not that bad. And it's also not bad at all, as it has multiple parts floors that are pretty decent and actually pretty fun to experience. And on top of that, I do want to add most of my criticisms have to do with bugs, which are obviously going to be fixed the more and more that they work on this. And look, I'm gonna be real, I didn't have superbly high hopes for this, mainly because it's not a continuation of floor 1 or a super high effort part of the game. For what it is, it's a nice little update to enjoy during Halloween. And on top of that, it's here to get new players into the game, and probably because this is taking place during a haunt event, which is not out yet during this video. Listen, this video was finished about 4 days ago, but the project file got corrupted, so I had to restart. And yeah, everything you just watched is the entirely new, redone, re-edited video. And honestly, it took like 4 days, so it wasn't even that bad. But I'm gonna be real, I was a little discouraged, mainly because, you know, I finished the goddamn project, and then bam, it gets corrupted the second I'm trying to export it. Anyways though, let's actually get on to the goods and the bads of the Raveyard. Now, in my opinion, the first good thing is the creative aspect of the monsters. I mean, they're mostly skeleton based, but they all have their own unique twist. Look, Skeletoon's a giant DJ, the bouncer is a brew, the Skelepede is a centipede, and then of course the candle bearers are weeping angels. Another thing that I liked was the atmosphere of the Candalian section. Like, bro, this part is definitely the most suspenseful, and it kind of acts like a ridge for the Raveyard. Now, being fair, the first thing I didn't like was the fact that we're not underwater. I mean, what's the name of the game? Why aren't we underwater? Like, the Raveyard doesn't really fit this whole theme of pressure. In my opinion, they should stick with that under the sea vibe. I think it's too soon for this type of shift. Like, instead of this, they could have actually, you know, written it to where we're underwater, searching for something, trying to retrieve something, you know, kind of like how we're retrieving that crystal. But look, the last final thing that I didn't like about the Raveyard was the final encounter. Respectfully, bro, DJ Skeletoons is cool. He's a cool concept, but he doesn't attack you. The only thing that really affects you, maybe, is like the tower, but there's no way to actually die to him, unless there is a way. If there is a way, let me know in the comments. But in my opinion, I think Skeletoons is honestly underwhelming. Like, the way that he is, you look at him at that one certain part after the goddamn bouncer, and it's just like, damn, who the hell is that? You get to the last part, and then you only see him at the tower. But I will say, deadlines are a factor, so I'm not going to criticize that too much, because obviously they can't do everything they want to do, especially with the Roblox haunt event. But listen, bro, this ending part, it doesn't really have closure to me, which is one of the main reasons why I don't like it. But look, I just want to say the devs did a pretty good job for something that was done on relative short notice. So all in all, I think that the Halloween update isn't the best, it's not supposed to be, but it's a nice little thing to play during the Halloween event and actually to enjoy. And also, the deadline doesn't really matter that much, mainly because they still got a lot done. And I think that honestly they had one of the better Halloween events. I mean, a lot of other games just added a way to get candies for the game, and then, you know, you just fucking bring it back and then you cash it in to get a badge. And I think that's kind of lazy in a way, but it doesn't matter because this is supposed to be just a little event to enjoy during Halloween. That's about it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and like, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And also, if you want to see a nice little recap and review on Pressure's very first floor, go ahead and watch this right here.